Well, that's been the whole deal. You know, last year we had such a great season, and then the season ended with a loss, so you couldn't turn around the next week and correct your mistakes or get back on the field immediately. So it's been a long, hard road from last November to now, but our kids have stayed the course. You know, they've continued to work hard in the weight room. We had an outstanding powerlifting season. We had 2 state champions, and our team finished 3rd in powerlifting, and we've just carried that into our summer workouts. And we've played a lot of 7-on-7 this summer, so you know, we just are anxious to get back to Friday nights and get on the field and start playing football again. So we're looking forward to August the 1st getting here. And that's been our motivation. You know, we hear that every single day. Somebody asks us how we're going to be this fall. We're replacing so many seniors, and you know, I think our young kids have responded well to that because it's their turn now. You know, they enjoyed last year, but now they want to move on and they want to continue to show people that we still have talented players. We still are working hard, and we're still going to have a good football team. So that's been kind of a motivating factor for these young kids, you know, to keep the tradition that we're kind of building going. Every kid now on our football team has been part of a winning season. Every kid's been part of a playoff win. Every kid's been part of a division championship team, you know, so they know how to win. They know our expectation level for them, and they're just excited to get their name out there now. You know, the senior class that we had last year did an outstanding job. We will never forget them. They've left a great accomplishment. You know, they did everything we asked them to do. They laid a wonderful foundation, but now it's up to these younger guys and the new senior class to keep it going and to see what we can accomplish as a football team this year. We only have actually 2 returning starters, but you know, in saying that, that's Cade Simmons and Josh Harden. But we have a lot of kids that have a lot of offensive experience playing. Terrence Riles started 8 games for us last year at center. He'll be moving to guard. Riley Aliff started the last 4 games at tight end and played a lot on offense last year. Josh Creekmore played a lot on offense. You know, those guys weren't listed as starters, but they all had a lot of quality playing time, and we just expect them to jump right in. They know the offense. You know, they're going to be our playmakers for us, and we're going to be successful offensively. It's just we lost a few guys last year on the offensive line that had started for 3 years, and that's where we're going to have to depend on things coming together quickly. We got some new starters on the offensive line with Walter Smith will start at center for us. Broderick Cook will start at offensive tackle, and Devontae Bradley will be playing offense also this year at tackle. So, you know, we feel like as a unit we've got a lot of good kids. It's just we're going to have some early season success, and it's all going to develop around our quarterback, you know, and that's to be determined who the starting quarterback is. Spencer Day has had an outstanding summer. He's done everything I've asked him to do from day one. He had a good spring. He's gotten even better over the summertime, and you know, if we had to play today, he would be our starting quarterback just because I feel like he can run our offense and help us be successful. We've had a new student move in. His name is Marcus Reed. He will be a junior this year. He's also a quarterback. He's a 6'3" kid, you know, throws the ball extremely well. I don't know how well he runs yet, but we'll find out once we put some pads on. And I think he's got a chance to be a very good player for us, to be a good quarterback. It's just learning our offense and learning how we do things, and he taking that leadership role, you know, is yet to be determined by that. But I know he's going to come out starting Monday and compete for that position, and we'll see what happens between now and August the 18th. That was one of the things that made me so proud last year, is the way our defense played. And we've got a great set of coaches on that side of the ball, you know, and they're going to get the guys in the right position. Riley Aliff returns at linebacker. He led our team in tackles last year, you know, so we've got a good nucleus there. Josh Creekmore is going to be playing some outside linebackers, some defensive backs. So we know exactly what we're going to get with those 2 guys. They're the leaders of the defense, and they're going to get people lined up correctly. And, you know, if our defense can keep us in games early as our offense is coming together, I think we'll be very successful. We need the defense to create some turnovers. We don't need them to allow big plays, you know. If teams score on them, we need them to drive the ball down the field and make it complicated. But I'm excited about our defense. we don't know exactly today who's going to be playing where. We've got a lot of possibilities. We're going to start Monday working things out defensively, getting kids lined up, and by August the 18th, you know, we'll get them all in the right position. We just got to get some depth on both sides of the ball. That's our key. Is we need some young kids to step up and prove when their name is called on Friday night that they're going to know what to do, know how to line up, and help us be successful to give some of these older kids a break when needed. We had a very successful season last year, and that that made it hard to find teams that would play us this fall, you know, and people don't understand that, but when you get a phone call and the other school don't want to play you, it makes it tough to find football games. But we were fortunate to change districts. You know, that made it kind of easy for me to find some teams that would play us, because the teams in our old division were such natural rivals. They wanted to continue to play us also. So we open up August the 18th with Ripley, which is our big rival. You know, we're excited about that. We as a coaching staff and as a football team, we haven't really looked any further than that ball game, because it's the most important game of the schedule right now. But if we can have some success that night and get off to a good start that night, you know, we played 10 consecutive 4A football teams in a row. We go to Itawamba the second week, followed by Pontotoc at home, then Amory at home, then we go to Corinth, and then Cleveland comes to us in week 6. That would be our last non-division game. So that's a tough schedule, you know, before you even get into division contest. But I think at that point in the year, after the Cleveland ball game, we're going to know exactly what kind of football team we have. We're going to know exactly the kids that we can depend on and the ones that we can't going into the home stretch of the division schedule. Moving over to the new division, we will open up division play with Senatobia. That's going to be a huge game, you know, determining playoff position. You want to always win your first division game to get yourself off to a good start. Then it's followed up by North Pontotoc and Lafayette. So, you know, we think those are the 3 toughest division opponents that we're going to face, and we get them back to back to back weeks. And then we close out with Tunica Rosa Ford at home and Lewisburg at home. So, you know, if we can get off to a good start with the Ripley game, and that'll give us momentum going into our non-division contest. And like I said, we need to have some early success against Senatobia and get off to the right foot in division play. And hopefully the more we win, you know, it'll become easier for this group. You know, we got a lot of question marks right now, but success will help everything fall into place, and that's what we're depending on early, is some early season success.